Hello, welcome to Casual Veteran Gamer, and in the video today we're looking at the second new feat introduced in patch 6, which is Magic Initiate Sorcerer. Learn 2 cantrips and a first level spell from the Sorcerer spell list. You can cast a first level spell once per long rest. Your spellcasting modifier for all 3 spells is Charisma. So we get to pick 2 cantrips, which are from the Sorcerer spell list, very similar to the Wizard spell list. Plenty of good options here. Friends, although it has got a downside, you can overcome that with just a little bit of gold or just running away. Maybe Shock and Grasp if you want to stop someone from having reactions. Maybe you want Rare Frost is great. Maybe you want a light spell. Mage Hand, After Splash is okay. Plenty of good choices here. And yeah, let's just go with Friends and Shock and Grasp. And spells, the downside here is that you can only cast a spell once a day, so you need to pick your spell wisely. So most of these I probably wouldn't choose for a Warlock. If you really wanted False Life, there is an invocation that gives you unlimited casts of False Life anyway. Chromatic Orb is good because it has lots of different status effects, and we can probably cast, I'm just going to check this out now, we can probably cast each version of it once a day. And we've got Will here being our model. Magic Initiate Sorcerer is probably currently best with Warlocks, but there will be some other classes in the future that use Charisma as their main casting stat, such as Bards and Paladins, so do keep an eye out for those in the future. Now, before I go into any battle, I do just want to point out that with Chromatic Orb, you're supposed to be able to cast it once a day, but I can chuck a cold one, I can chuck an acid one, and so on. I can do all of them. And I'm fairly sure it's a bug. It happens with a few other spells, such as Find Familiar and Disguise Self and Hex even. Of the spells in the Wizard class list, I'd probably go with Chromatic Orb currently. In the future, that might change. Magic Missile is always going to be fine. Sleep's okay at the low levels as well. So since Will took Magic Initiate Sorcerer, he is free to cast Chromatic Orb Lightning and start combat. So yeah, a bit like with Magic Initiate Druids, the rating for this will really probably depend on your class. If you're a class that doesn't use Charisma, it's going to be a bit lower. Your choice of level 1 spell is going to be limited, although there are several cantrips that could still be useful, such as Friends or a light spell. But as a Warlock, when you're almost certainly going to have a high Charisma, and we can currently kind of abuse the fact that we can cast 6 different Chromatic Orbs once every long rest, I'm going to have 2 different ratings. For a... oh, that's a bit of a waste, wasn't it? For a Warlock, this is probably an 8 or 9 out of 10 if you choose Chromatic Orb, because you can then cast many more spells per day, and you can use any cantrip you want. For those classes that aren't Warlocks, it's probably more like a 5 out of 10. You got some decent cantrips, but you're not going to get so much use out of the spells. Let me know what you think of this new feat. Do you take it on anyone? Would you consider taking it on anyone? Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.